All right, so got some more questions from yesterday. Thanks to everyone who sent in a question. Let's see, start at the top. All right, at Rick Knows, I'm pretty sure it's Nick Rose, asked what's drawn Risty and Tyson into / back into the race scene. Well, Riss has obviously raced for a long time back. I'm not sure exactly what time period, but he used to race AA Pro, so I can't speak for Riss. I grew up racing for a couple of years. That was actually the first way my introduction into BMX. But as far as getting back into it, the track at Melba is really dialed, and as well as that, it's just really fun. It's sick to be able to go to the track and have like 50 people there riding. I mean, some of them might be little kids and some of them might be some older dads or whatever, but it's still sick. We're all riding together, so that's really cool. And I think the fact that you can ride, legitimately, you can ride a 30-foot double at night. You know, I really like the skate parks in Canberra, but it's pretty fun to be able, for me personally, to be able to charge at some jumps and hit them as fast as I can. So definitely sick. Yeah, I will be going to Gates as soon as my ankle is better. At Caleb Bobine _ said, what's it take to become a Royal Rat? I guess you have to be 3 things, or I would say you'd have to be a sick rider, a sick human being, so be a nice dude, just a rad dude in general, or rad girl. And I guess Royal Rats always dudes that we see come into the store and hang out, and they want to be at jams, and they I guess have supported the store. I mean, they don't have to be, obviously they don't have to be the best customer in the world, but we would never really, just honestly, we would never hook up a dude who was an amazing rider, but he never supported anything to do with anything local. So yeah, so we would never just, I guess we would just never hook up a dude that, you know, bought all of his stuff overseas and yeah, wasn't a supporter of the local BMX scene, and that includes, I guess, a local BMX store. So it's just how it goes. I know it's pretty honest. So yeah, sick dude, sick rider. Probably sick dude, maybe even a little bit higher than sick rider, and yeah, supports the store. At 2 Wheels to the Grave said, do you see a future in 22-inch stuff, or is it just the new thing that will fizzle out over time? I can see a future in it for sure. I think bike companies can see a future in it, because this year there'll be a 22-inch United. There'll be a 22-inch Fit Brian Foster signature. Obviously S&M make it already. I think just from before I got to ride one, I kind of thought that it was going to be a bit of a weird thing. And then we got to ride one that we built up for the store as a custom bike, and it turned out to be really sick, and I could certainly see it being like a really big advantage for dudes that want to ride trails, especially. It just feels super good, like real stable, but doesn't feel like a cruiser. So it'll be interesting. Time will tell, but I don't think it'll fizzle out. I think it'll just become more of a thing that people will be able to. It'll help guys stay in BMX for longer, and it will just have more crossover appeal. I mean, we get guys that don't want to ride mountain bikes anymore, or they want to get into BMX, but they're like freaked out about the whole 20-inch wheel thing. So I think the 22-inch will be a good choice for them. Age _ BMX 666, Adrian Franklin said, is Backbone going to be stocking Relic BMX parts in the near future, and what are your thoughts on the growth of all the newer independent rider-owned companies and or clothing companies? We definitely will be stocking Relic. Looks sick. like the idea of railed seats. I mean, we did a railed seat for a while. Just seemed like badasses that like to keep a bit of the older ideas of BMX alive. So I think that's gonna be sick. Thoughts on newer rider companies or rider clothing companies? I think that as long as they're serving a purpose, like I think that Relic, for example, is serving, you know, they want to put out a particular product because that's what they like about BMX, and you know, they want to offer that to guys that are like-minded. I think as long as BMX companies are doing things in that nature, like they might be bringing out a new product, or they've got a certain aesthetic in mind, I think that's a really good thing. But I'm not really into when companies just copycat, like, and do the same thing and don't really bring anything new to the table. And same goes with like their ideals, like if they're not really contributing to BMX, then I don't see much of a point in it. But having said that, you know, it takes a lot for someone to start a company. Like, it doesn't just rub two coins together and start a company. So I'm sure if anyone's taking the plunge, then it's a good thing. Better to have BMX companies than not BMX companies. What are the at your mate Jed said, what are the possibilities of a jam at Fadden Skate Park? Pretty likely. You could always hold one if you wanted, Jed. There's actually been one before by a dude named Michael Heslin. He asked the exact same thing, and then he put on a jam, and that was pretty sick. He ended up putting on a jam at Fadden, so hopefully that'll happen. At It's Ya Boy Marley 2.0 said, will there be any added jumps to the hip at Sterling Oval? And if so, will the jams there start being part of the act jams?
Fuck yeah!
To be honest, Tom and I built that hip in one morning. It seriously, like, sounds like a sick brag, but it was just horrible. It's wetter than an otter's pocket out there in Canberra right now, so we just decided that we'd build a jump. It took us one morning, and we're going to hold a jam there for sure, but beware of piss, but the mystery bags are on us, eh, Tomo?
That's right.
But yeah, we're just going to leave it as that jump. Like, if someone else wants to build jumps there, then that'd be sick. Like, I'd love to go down there and see that someone's added something new. So that is the perfect opportunity for anyone. Like, you know, there's dirt piles like that all over Canberra and Australia, and all it takes is for someone to be like, I'm going to build something there. And like I said, Tomo and I built that jump in one morning. Like, we just dug out a lip because we wanted something to do, we wanted to ride something. It wasn't meant to be like an amazing jump or anything, we just built it. So I don't think it'll be a part of the Act Jam, but I'm sure people will go there when the Act Jam's on, maybe. Who knows? And that's it. So hope you enjoyed the answers. Thanks for writing questions. Make sure, if you want your question asked, to hit us up on the comments of the YouTube page or on the relative Instagram post. Thanks for the support. See you next Wednesday.